some of these statistics really are just pulled out of chicken's arse. No. No statistics. No. You're talking bullshit. This guy's a fucking whack job. That's not happening. This is a bullshit story. This is, oh, we will save all these children. No. Okay, here is a reaction video. I'm hoping this is going to be something which I can agree with and I can promote, and I think it's fantastic ideas. This is from Bananiac. I don't know how to pronounce his name anytime. He's saying why you should become vegan. The facts. Okay, this is what I need. So this, I'm hoping this is stuff which if I'm ever at a dinner party, I'm able to kind of go boom, 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 boom. Here's 7 facts. No, it's 7 minutes. Not 7 facts. Let's hope he's got a whole load here. Because I was at a dinner party the other day and one person was like, how do you deal with the vitamin B12 issue? And I'm like, what's the issue there? I don't know. I take multivitamin as well. I've always taken multivitamin. Like as a kid in Scotland, you always have a multivitamin. We don't get vitamin D from the sunshine, so we all get multivitamins. You have breakfast cereal, it's all fortified with vitamins and stuff. I never thought B12 was an issue. So that was something that came up. And somebody else said, like, why should we not eat cows? You know, the cow is made out of food, you know? And it's covered in a beautiful thing made out of sofa and shoes. And I was like, oh yeah, cows are made out of shoes and food. Why shouldn't we eat them? I'm hoping this guy's going to give me some awesome answers. Let's hear.
It's Bananiac here. So today I'm going to be making...
Bananiac. I've got to figure out how he actually says that.
So first we're going to talk about the actual diet. A lot of people come to this lifestyle because they want to change their diet and they want to achieve better health. And you see all these celebrities and athletes adopting a vegan lifestyle because of health reasons. So let's talk about that first. Before you do anything, please watch the documentary called Forks Over Knives. It's available on Netflix, online. This documentary will explain everything you need to know about plant-based...
Straight away, he's throwing up these random studies again. And these random things. I need to figure out where these are from. Breast cancer, 100,000 per year. The UK has a lot of breast cancer. And calories kaput day from animal food. Kaput. Kaput. What does kaput mean? Calories kaput day. So Japan's right down the bottom. UK's way up at the top. I'm sure there's other environmental and genetic factors that have to do with this as well. Surprised by Switzerland. But yeah, okay, it's following a line, kind of, going on there. Mind you, Israel, pretty low, pretty high. Finland, pretty high, and a heck of a lot lower. I don't think that is I don't think that line which they put there, the average line, is actually an indicator there. There's some other statistic that is missing there. Again, here's another one. Female colon cancer incidence and daily meat consumption. So yeah, you're like, oh yeah, there's totally a line up there. But at the same time, there's odd ones out here. So there's Iceland, around about 200, is lower than Norway, which is at half the amount. So it's not a straight line. Yeah, there's a kind of an idea going up there, but if you're thinking, well, if I have double the amount of per capita grams than Norway, we should be, instead of at 12, we should be kind of up that 30 region, but it's actually lower. So yeah, and here's another one. Hungary is below, what's that? That's around about 150. Via Jamaica, which is at 50. So that's 3 times. So there's not, again, I think there's more than just, I don't think this is the right graph. There's definitely other socio-economic, genetic, and cultural factors going on here rather than just grams of fat. So again, possibly misleading images going on there. Nice diagrams and good indicators, but I don't think they really tell the actual story going on here. And also, there's also the case of what do you call it, where you actually capture, you know, people like, if I'm imagining in Nigeria, there's not a huge amount of medicine and doctor stuff going on to really capture the amount of colon cancer that there is. Meanwhile, places like the UK, we have lots of breast screening, we have lots of cancer screening, we also have a much more aging population compared, well, mind you, okay, Japan, outlier, genetics. But some of those other countries, Colombia, I'm guessing there's not like a national health system. There may be, I don't know, but possibly not as well funded unless it's funded by the drug cartels. Controversial. So again, this is, it's saying its incidence, it is also, we have an aging population and we've got a greater kind of observance. You know, like we find out people have got cancers more obviously, I think. Okay, could be talking bullshit. But anyway, let's go on. We're still a minute in.
The China study by Dr. T. Colin Campbell.
The China study, somebody sent me links to that saying that's been totally refuted. So I need to find out what those links are, but it's been refuted. But the other ones, Bernard, yeah, all those guys, good guys.
Bernard's program for reversing diabetes.
Brilliant.
So in a nutshell, this is a whole foods plant-based diet. So ideally, it's low in fat, free of animal products and processed foods. And no, you don't have to eat tofu or soy products. You just eat real foods. The foods that humans are designed to eat and have been eating for thousands of years. Foods like barley, corn, millet, potatoes, rice, wheat. These were the caloric engines that built human civilization. People ate a predominantly plant-based, starch-based diet, and these people.
Totally agree. Yeah, I think I'm not disagreeing with that. I think yes, generally we probably I would disagree quite strongly on the idea that we were full-on fruitarians and all we did was eat fucking bananas and mangoes. Yeah, I'm sure that worked well in northern Germany and Poland. Yeah, no. But yeah, the other stuff like the potatoes, yeah, again, Scotland, the UK, and all that kind of stuff. Potatoes, strawberries, were probably pretty good at that. Carrots, no, that was Holland, I think. That did carrots. But yeah, and meat was considered to be a delicacy if you could get it, and it was always the more expensive kind of thing. And I think generally, if we move to that style of diet, that way of eating, the world would be far healthier, or certainly the Western world would be far healthier in terms of its diet, because the amount of meat and animal products that we eat just now, I think, is just way out of proportion. You know, it's like a pint of milk in the morning with your breakfast cereal with your scrambled eggs, and then at lunch it's your turkey chicken sandwiches with your piles of butter, and then dinner it's your cheesy pasta bake thing with extra chicken in it. You're like, oh, meat. I think, yeah, far too much. So where was I going with that?
People were free of diseases that the Western world now faces.
Free of diseases that the Western world now faces. That's a controversial thing, I would say there. Let's not fully assess that we know all the diseases that people had tens of thousands of years ago, because we've got lots of other factors that go in here. We've got genetic factors, we've got environmental pollution factors, we've also got just like other stuff that we probably didn't have, like what was it, just like stress, sitting in the office, stuff like that. And also you've got life expectancy, and also people, doctors finding out cancers, finding out illnesses. Can't remember. There was no such thing as malaria until people found out there was an actual disease spread around by mosquitoes, kind of stuff. So let's not talk about the diseases that people died of, you know, unless everyone was living to the age of 80, 90 years old 10,000 years ago and they're all living normal, healthy lives and their doctors were checking them out every month. That's an argument which I would be hard to dispute with somebody at a dinner party.
You look at the leading causes of death in the Western world.
Cool. Heart disease, terrible. Possibly because of diet, yeah. Cancer, possibly diet, environmental, pollution factors kind of going on there. Chronic lower respiratory diseases, again, because we sit around do nothing. Accidents, well, I would say probably a lot of people died in the past from accidents. Stroke, again, I'm guessing that's also kind of more age thing. A lot of these are kind of like things that happen once you're in your 50s and 60s and 70s. Alzheimer's disease, again, that's an old person's thing. Like, you know, if you only, majority of people only live up to like 50 years old, 60 years old in the past, a lot of the Alzheimer's that you see just now is for older generations. Diabetes, fine, totally agree with that. Influenza and pneumonia, I'm sure people had that in the past. The other ones, nephrosis, don't know, intentional self-harm, suicide.
And
high levels.
a plant-based diet can prevent and reverse most of those diseases. There's a great video on YouTube, by the way, called Uprooting the Leading Causes of Death by Dr. Michael Greger. What are authorities in the nutrition world saying about the plant-based diet? Well, the Academy of Nutrition, and they published a paper in 2009 stating it is the position of the American Dietetic Association that appropriately plan adolescents and for athletes. So this is the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics saying this. The largest authority on nutrition in the United States.
Awesome.
Look at someone like Kaiser Permanente, the #1 managed care organization in the United States, and they put out an update for physicians stating research shows that they may also reduce the number of medications.
I would also state possibly all the things that were said before, all those diseases and illnesses and all that kind of stuff, and all this stuff it stops you from dying. I would also agree that's possibly the same effects just by lowering the amount of meat and dairy and poultry that we eat. Not necessarily completely eradicating it, but just, you know, massively taking it from 90 down to like 20%, possibly having the same effects. Additionally, the other thing which I think could have the same effect is getting people off their ass and doing exercise, both mental and physical exercise. You know, having people learn how to play the piano will stave off Alzheimer's. Actually, Alzheimer's has also been linked with people having a higher body mass index. Actually, people having a lower body mass index may not help people with Alzheimer's. That was a very recent study in 2015. So yeah, physical activity, physical exercise as well, I think would equally have possibly the same amount of effects as this. But not to dispute this. It's just saying it's another awesome thing to do and really work on as well.
Physicians should consider recommending a plant-based diet to all their patients, especially those with high blood pressure, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, or obesity.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
So these are some of the biggest authorities in the healthcare field coming out and saying that a vegan diet, a whole foods plant-based.
I don't know if there's anybody really saying that it's not healthy. So what I'm nobody's arguing that it's not healthy, apart from somebody saying, where's B12? That's the biggest argument I can get from it. Or some people going, oh, how do you get your protein? It's like peas, nuts, beans, done. But so that's argument for that is good, but it's not necessarily telling me why I should completely give up everything that is tasty, including sausage rolls and chocolate milk. So yeah. It's not like this is wrong. It's like it's not giving me what I can use as an argument back at people saying, well, what's wrong with chocolate milk? Because it's fine. It's just that this is better.
Diet can help prevent and reverse chronic diseases. So if you're looking for better health, this is definitely for you. Now, veganism is not just a diet. And as a dietitian, I would encourage everyone out there to change to a whole foods plant-based diet so they can achieve their best state of health. But as I said, veganism is not just a diet.
It's a lifestyle.
People come to this for many different reasons. And I would say the #1 reason you would consider yourself a vegan is for the animals. And a great documentary to watch for that is called Earthlings.
Oh, God. The documentary Earthlings is just... it is a fantastic example of showing horrific farming practices. And I fully... if you watch it, it's horrific. I'm not disagreeing with that. And it is, if somebody is of a delicate emotional nature, you will be in tears from it and you will be disgusted about eating anything. But give it a week, you'll be back to a sausage roll and a chocolate donut, no problem. What that film, I've watched it all. I skipped through some of it because it's talking about like whaling and fishing and stuff, and I really don't care. It really promotes the idea of just ethical farming practices, responsible farming practices, I thought, at the same time. There is also argument that a lot of the agricultural farming practices that we do just now are actually destroying the land as well. A lot of the deforestation that people are saying, oh, but deforestation is killing all the plants and animals because they're having to feed cows. It's like a lot of deforestation is done for coffee, it's done for mangoes, it's done for bananas. If you look at there's an area called the Salad Bowl of South Spain, which has just been decimated with greenhouses now. And if you look at Colombia, all the bananas I get over here are from Colombia. And they've just taken out forests and replaced them with banana forestation. With that, you're pumping out piles and piles of fertilizer, fungicides, pesticides. Well, pesticides covers everything of fungicides, herbicides, and insecticides. So you're killing lots of animals there. And also in the UK, we're having a problem called, I think it's bluegrass, where in our wheat fields or wherever it is that we're having here, instead of growing wheat, we're now growing this bluegrass because we just haven't done farm rotation, field rotation practices that we used to do in the past because we want to get higher yields. And now this like invasion plant is coming through called bluegrass, which you can't eat. It is destroying all the like local farm areas. Additionally, the banana plantations are suffering from a fungicide which is just destroying areas of bananas and making them all totally funky. So again, our overproduction methods, not just in animals and meat, but also in fruit and veg, is detrimental to the planet. So that film, absolutely horrific, no doubt about it. But mass producing bananas, mass producing, was it canola oil or palm oil and all that kind of stuff, equally as detrimental to the planet as well.
Hopefully,
if not, it's close. It's a thing that you have to think about.
I need to go into the details of this industry supporting meat, dairy, eggs, fish, honey, leather, fur, wool, heck, even...
It pisses me off so much when they're going, oh, you can't have honey. Honey. It's bees' spit. Like they go around, they find little plants, and they go, and they vomit up. Out comes honey. It's like the most amazing thing in the world. We just smoke them a little bit, they get stoned for like an hour, like, whoa, I'm totally stoned. It's actually tobacco that we pump into them, like, oh, stoned. And we take away the excess honey which they've produced, and they're just like, I need to go pollinate more plants. Us taking away their honey makes them work harder to go pollinate more of our plants so we can create more. Well, it wouldn't be bananas because bananas are actually just a weird plant. They don't even produce seeds. They are just clones of each other. But if you're looking for any other sort of plant, we need our bees working their ass off. And I think stealing their honey makes them work harder.
Conventional shampoos, all these products attribute
shampoo
to the cruelty of animals. A documentary I recommend is called Cowspiracy. The World Watch Institute states that animal agriculture contributes more than 50% of greenhouse gas emissions.
There is another argument. Some people are saying, yeah, we're taking deforestation of the jungle to create corn for us to feed to the cows. Well, all that corn must be creating a lot of O2 instead of CO2. So therefore, us feeding the cows helps stop there being carbon dioxide. I don't know. That's a shit argument, but yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's again, I'm not seeing it as a problem with the meat, with eating some meat, with having a burger. It's the mass production of it, the monumental scale of it, which is destroying the planet, which I think is the biggest issue. Not like if you go down to your local farm around the corner and it's a guy that's got 5 pigs and 3 cows. That in no way is harming the planet in any way whatsoever. I would say that person is harming the planet far less than the other farmer with 60 hectares of all corn that he's having to cover in fertilizer and pesticides and all that kind of stuff. It's not the actual farming practice, it's the mass production of it which is the problem, I think. It's not having a banana isn't going to kill the world, having a burger isn't going to kill the world, but having 1 billion bananas and 1 billion burgers, that's where it becomes a bit of an issue.
That's larger than all transportation combined. Animal agriculture is responsible for 80 to 90% of U.S. water consumption.
U.S. water consumption. In Scotland where I live, that's not an issue. It rains here every day. Water is not a problem. Again, it may be some weird sort of thing in countries where water doesn't fall out of the sky. Yeah, might not be a good thing to use. But you put water there, goes up in the sky, hits a mountain, comes back down. In Scotland, it just pours rain here all the time. If you want to buy anything that saves the world, buy it from Scotland. It's the safest place to buy anything
in the world. It takes approximately 477 gallons to produce 1 pound of eggs. Almost 900 gallons of water for 1 pound of
477 gallons of water for some eggs. What do chickens eat? They just go around pecking some seeds off the ground. And then every so often they do a massive shit known as an egg. How that equates to hundreds of gallons of eggs. No, hundreds of gallons of water. So some of these statistics really are just pulled out of chicken's arse. Really, like, no statistics. No, you're talking bullshit.
cheese. It takes 1,000 gallons per liter of water to produce 1 gallon of milk.
No, it doesn't. A cow just waddles around and eats some grass. Wait, 1,000 gallons. That's a swimming pool. A cow for 1 gallon/liter of milk. Sorry, to produce 1 gallon/liter of milk. Right, okay. But cows pump out, like, that would mean certain cows would have to be drinking about 10,000 gallons of milk, gallons of water every day. Where's this insane statistic coming from? This has to be just bullshit.
It takes 25,000.
I'm sorry, but what I'm saying, like, I don't believe this, but at the same time, if I'm at a dinner party, someone is skeptical, and I go, yeah, well, that glass of milk, that requires 1,000 gallons of water for that 1 glass of milk to be made. The arguments I would get back at going, how the fuck? What are you on about? That's bullshit. Or just kind of go, yeah, I don't know if I can really spout that statistic out without people just going, this guy's a fucking whack job. Anyway, now it's 2,500 gallons of water needed to produce 1 pound of beef. Now this is a different statistic. Again, 1 pound of beef. So this is what I would consider. You've got a cow all the way up to the end of its life, and then you chop it up and turn it into beef. There I can understand it requires a lot of water throughout its whole lifetime to get to the point where it becomes a pound of beef for us to eat. But the gallons for milk and chickens, that has to be bullshit.
Gallons of water.
And at the same time, if I'm at a dinner party with anyone in Scotland, they're going to go, so? It rains every day. Big deal. Done.
Produce 1 pound of beef. Most fruits and vegetables require less than 100 gallons of water per pound of fruit and vegetable. It's pretty ridiculous the amount of resources this industry uses, and no one talks about it. Imagine all the people we could feed and we could provide water to if we didn't waste it on...
This is a logical fallacy that's out there.
People we could feed.
Because at the moment, pretty much all these Western countries are fully producing way more food than what we can actually eat. And a lot of it is just given to cows because we're like, we can't bloody sell it, it's so bloody cheap. We're even creating GM food, genetically modified food, which can withstand pesticides and herbicides and won't get eaten by insects and all that kind of stuff. But yet we're not allowed to give them to other countries to... Like, they made some sort of crop which... randomly, using jellyfish DNA, was able to survive in Sahara deserts for like 10 years without having any water and still be totally edible and not have a problem. But yet, government and business practices are what stopped it from being produced in these starving places. So this picture here, I'm feeling very sad from it. It's not about the amount of food that we can create. That is political and economic problems, not because we ate a burger or drank some milk. And even if we weren't drinking our milk or we're not transporting millions of gallons of water from one side of America all the way over to the middle of Africa. That's not happening. This is a bullshit story. This is, we will save all these children. No, governments that will give out free food and the vast excesses of food. Like it was even stated in the UK, we throw out something like 90 billion tons of food, which is only just marginally out of date, or still not even out of date, or just wasted every year. We're overproducing everything. And these guys are not getting food because we're, not able to produce enough. It's like we're just not able to give it to them. So this is a total bullshit story. Ignore this one.
And we could provide water to
No, we couldn't.
if we didn't waste it.
No. If we're not wasting it, we're giving it to the cows over here, and the cows are turning it into meat. Building a well in California does not in any way help more water being produced in the middle of Africa. That's bollocks. Ah, damn it.
Growing animals. Not to mention that livestock covers 45% of the Earth's total land. So these are huge issues that people need to realize. And if you want to find out more,
livestock cover 45% of the world's total land. Again. I'm just imagining I'm at the dinner party. I say to someone, they'll just piss themselves laughing. And hold on, I'm just out here. Oh yeah, no cows there. No cows there. No, not making sense. Just talking bullshit.
More about these facts, head on over to cowspiracy.com. So there's plenty of more to talk about when it comes to the benefits of a plant-based diet, as well as
the
consequences of a meat-based diet. But I just wanted to give you guys some quick facts.
And I fully believe a meat-based diet, if you have the meat pyramid, meat-based diet is never going to be healthy. A fruit and vegetables and nuts and seeds and herbs and spices based diet, fantastic, super health. If you want to have at the top a little bit of a sausage or venison burger, you go for that. Having a meat base, not always going to be the best for your liver. But yeah, it's not necessarily proving the other one is wrong.
Just to get you guys started, make sure you guys check out those 3 documentaries I talked about. Forks Over Knives, Earthlings, and Cowspiracy. Best place to start. But when it comes down to it, this lifestyle is great for your health. It's great for animals. It's great for this planet. It's great for feeding other people. So hopefully this video inspired you to go vegan.
As a total pro-vegan, I'm needing better statistics, better arguments for me to convince other people we're just not interested. Just saying, we use a lot of water, we don't care. There's children starving in Africa because we use 1 million gallons of water per cow. How's that? How is us not having a cow going to mean our rainwater in Scotland is going to help starving children in Africa? What, are we going to send trucks down there? Yeah, that's going to help. Trucks filled with water, swimming pools going down to Africa to help them irrigate their land or something. Not going to happen. The animal thing, again, Earthlings, yeah, horrific watching it. Now totally support ethical and local farming practices. And again, at the same time, the problem is not just meat industry, it's the mass production. And there's huge issues with banana plantations, coffee plantations, and the herbicide and fungicides and the genetically modified crops which are being produced, so that there's less pesticides having to be used, but then potential total chaos going on in the ecosystem with genetically modified foods. So yeah, it's not about just animals versus a banana. It's the mass production which is the problem of anything. That's just my opinion. Go Bananiac, give me some more stats, give me more cool things, give me other stuff, because even the stats at the start as well just don't convince me hugely. Like the one that you've got there, yeah, like Hungary here at 150 is vastly less than Jamaica, or probably the same as Yugoslavia, which is only like about 30. There's a pattern, but you could also draw a line that way as well. Doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. Thanks for the video. If anybody else has got any comments or any links to better statistics, let me know. Cheers. Bye-bye.